shocks you?
You know, arguably, in recent history, some of the best dunk contest performances have come from Zach LaVine.
Oh my goodness, you are right. But do you know if he ever won the dunk contest? And if so, how many times did he win?
Is it 0 times, 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times?
If you answered 2, then enjoy the VC.
There you go, but guess what? We have some more for you. What years did Zach LaVine win the dunk contest?
Is it 2014 and 15, 2015 and 16, 2016 and 17, or 2000?
And a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season, and teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Ben Simmons. Durant is out there with O'Neal. And it's Sumner in at the 2 spot. And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Durant against Anunoby. Shot clock. Outside for Simmons. Outside Durant takes the 3. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons.
This fearlessness, right? Kevin Durant in the catch and shoot, understanding here's an opportunity, I'm going to take advantage.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Pass to Van Vliet. Inside. They get a hand on it. Stolen by O'Neal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The shot's good from Sumner. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Now here's Durant. A 26-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Barnes passes to Van Vliet. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Big Daddy. Makes it off the glass. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Here's KD after the made shot from Powell. Just 4 to shoot.
Fouling Kevin Durant is pretty much the same as giving up a bucket.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is all stands as it was made.
to reviewing it, the double checking, and the game continues on.
Claxton, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. KD passes to Sumner. Shoots over Anunoby. Shots good by Durant. KD's got 6 points.
That's Kevin Durant. His height, his reach, and his activity on the offensive window. That's easy money for him.
Pass to Powers. Van Vliet outside. Trent outside. Fires high post. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And they double up Simmons. O'Neal, that's a two-pointer. The shot misses. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
No good on the second free throw.
And after that trade request this summer, Kevin Durant still a Brooklyn Net. The offers weren't enough to move the needle, and the decision was made to run it back. One thing's for sure, when you've got KD, you've got a chance.
Raptors trail by 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
This is a guy very willing to put his body on the line. Scotty Barnes gets that defense to commit and accepts the contact.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for the Nets.
Boy, guys, when you think about the prototypical modern wing, Scotty Barnes, the reigning Rookie of the Year, certainly fits that mold, already proving to be a well-rounded two-way player. This guy, a tough cover for any defender, creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Powers, the pass to Anunoby. Simmons against Van Vliet. Trent, right side, to the middle. Powers. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Big Daddy's got his second basket.
And with Barnes, he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be.
G.A., there is no question about that. Barnes is on the fast track to becoming a star. Why? Because he can score, defend, rebound, and even serve as a playmaker if need be. This is about developing those skills continuously and becoming more consistent.
And we're getting to that time of year, a lot of all-star debate. Some buzz around MP maybe getting a spot on the squad.
Well, I know a lot of people out there lobbying for him, Greg. His numbers speak for themselves. It'd be too bad to see him get passed over. And the Nets with possession here. After Gary Trent Jr. made the last three-pointer. Here's Sumner. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. Flynn comes in for Gary Trent. Then for the Nets, Sharp's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Thomas subbed in for Edmund Sumner. Here's Simmons. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Big Daddy's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
And the Raptors making a change here. Porter's checked in. Now here's Simmons. 23 points for him the last game against the Wizards in Washington.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collecting huge amounts of rebounds.
The Raptors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Van Vliet passes to Powers. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Just show off that basketball IQ, Mr. Fred VanVleet. Pretty pass, sir.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot. I caught up with head coach Steve Nash. There's no question this team can shoot the ball. That's the philosophy he's instilled here. The long-range shooters they've got, he wants them to move the ball from one side of the floor to the other. Then take that first open look that's available. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Now, here's Warren. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet. Outside Porter, and stolen by Simmons. Here's Warren, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
But you can't allow T.J. Warren to get this close to the cup. Once you do, you have to foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
I think one area we've clearly seen a marked improvement from T.J. Warren over his career is his willingness to take threes and to make them consistently. It's getting on par with that great mid-range game he has.
Now, here's Thomas after the miss from Powell. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. 1:39 left to play here in the first. And you know, Doris, the uptick in Warren's long-range shooting has led to more minutes.
Well, it certainly gives the coaching staff confidence that will help with the flow of the offense. Defenders are forced to guard him on the perimeter. They can no longer sag and be in the gaps with him.
Here's Thomas after the made shot from Powell. Shoots from the right block, and he gets it back. Warren on the wing, covered by Siakam. The Nets need to get a shot off here. 2 on the clock, and the Nets miss again. Raptors with the lead. The kick out to Porter. Pass to VanVleet. And there's the pass to Powers. Outside Porter. Over Harris. Porter, no luck.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Warren can't hit that one. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. VanVleet outside. Outside Flynn. Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Warren. Outside Porter. Here's Flynn. Offensive rebound. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And the Raptors lead by 4. With 1 on the clock. You can't get that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Raptors lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Fans, we need you to dance now, right now.
And thanks again. Going out now with a whole new group. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Sharps checked in for Royce O'Neal. Warren comes in for Kevin Durant. Thomas checked in for Harris. And it's Ben Simmons in for Edmund Sumner.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
Otto Porter Jr. out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Big Daddy. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Barnes, and it's the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now here's Simmons. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
Powers, the pass to Van Vliet. Down low. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
It's good. Barnes has got the lead up to 9 now for Toronto.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And it's finishes like that which have helped them build this lead here in the first half.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Now Thomas, he's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. That one wide left.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
There's Big Daddy. Thomas covering. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's 12 points for Big Daddy.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here. And Kevin Durant has talked about the Big 15 for the Nets. But Doris depth has been a concern.
Yes, but Kevin, give Kevin Durant credit because he understands that he cannot win a championship by himself. An organization has got to manage payroll with big contracts and then find bargain role players. It's going to be a key to achieving their goals.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And the shot goes in. Big Daddy's got 14 points for the game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Claxton. 6 points for him. Pass to Warren. Thomas surveying the D. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Raptors leading by 13. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Powers. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Warren on the wing. Over Porter. Got a piece of it. And Vliet on the wing. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of the game. Nets trail by 15.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Basket good.
The tenacity on the interior. Just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Big Daddy. Up in time. And so it's Toronto. 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Big Daddy.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant, also O'Neal out there, and it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, guys. Well, Big Daddy in the last game against Sacramento played superb basketball. He had 30 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. We're looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And home court advantage can give teams a huge lift. Greg, how different is it playing in front of the hometown fan?
It's huge. I mean, they give you energy. You don't want to let them down, so you tend to dig a little deeper when you're playing at home.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Outside, KD. Off target with his 3. Toronto leading by 13. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second.
It's on Kevin Durant.
Now, the more opportunity that has been given to OG Anunoby, the more this young man shines. He is a multi-dimensional talent. Gives you great defense nightly and growing on the offensive end.
And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
Simmons can't get it to go. Simmons gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. To the inside. Barnes passes to Powers. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got his 3rd assist on the night. Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture.
Here's Sumner. Over Trent. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
To the paint. Here's Powers. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 22 points for Big Daddy.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Simmons against Van Vliet.
This is why you love Ben Simmons having the basketball in his hands. Such a good decision maker.
Raptors leading by 16. Passes it to Anunoby. Simmons against Van Vliet.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
And he dunks it down.
How special can OG Anunoby be? Show off and show out.
You know we have to see that great Mobile One drive one more time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now, here is O'Neal. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Oh, and here we go with Simmons, nobody back. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, you can see that the team relies on Kevin Durant to be consistently productive, and he is delivering.
It's Trent on the wing. The pass to Powers. Good, nice job down low. Big Daddy's got 24.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now, here is O'Neal. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Unloads. It's rebounded by Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. It's so hard, isn't it, Doris, to define Scotty Barnes' position? Point forward would probably... Raptors leading by 19 points. Big Daddy is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Barnes. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Van Vliet in the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second-chance points. Impressive.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Barnes outside from 17 feet out. O'Neal with the rebound. Nets trail by 21. Here's Warren. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the media is able to vote on awards like all rookie, but Greg, those awards can end up determining a player's max salary. Any concern there?
No doubt there is, but somebody has to decide those awards, right? And no matter who it is, there's always going to be some pushback. So as long as contracts are tied to them, that power will be in someone else's hands. It's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Five on the clock. There's the triple. It's deflected, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Barnes. Here's Sumner. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. That's no good. That miss makes him 5 for 11 from the field. Down low, Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
You can see how well Scotty Barnes moves on a basketball floor. And I mean that north and south, and what hops this young man has.
Here's Sumner. And what a play. Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Here's Anunoby. Grabs the rebound again.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere. Just sensational. Simmons dishes to Warren. Outside, Simmons. 5 to shoot. Picked him clean. On the wing, Anunoby. Off target from three-point range.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Here's Sumner, covered by Van Vliet. And the Nets miss again. Toronto, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
Well, with that 6'9" length, right? Siakam uses those long limbs to create contact, get himself some free throws. Nicely done.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Ken Burch is checked in for Siakam. Hernan Gomez comes in for OG Anunoby. Porter's checked in for Barnes. And Flynn subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences. Get ourselves fired up. You game?
Come on, Greg. I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it.
That's his second personal.
Last season, of course, Marcus Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year.
You
know, Greg, it's rare to see a guard win it. Should perimeter players get more consideration from this point on?
It's tough, Kev. I do think they should. And I think that the numbers, though, tend to favor the rim protectors. But it's only right to recognize great defense at every position, especially in an age of positionless basketball.
Outside for Thomas. They could use a bucket. And the Nets miss again. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Toronto working the ball around now. Back to Hernangomez. Here's Powers, and that one is stuffed right through.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And Mills kicks to Morris. Tipped away. Pass to Watanabe. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Watanabe's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Flynn, covered by Mills. Porter looking over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Big Daddy. Misses in close. Well, you're looking at the MVP race last season between 3 incredible big men with Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Analyzing that, Doris, what's your big takeaway?
The idea that the big man, the 5 spot in the NBA is obsolete. That argument is over. What impresses me is the skill level of NBA players, particularly manning the center position in the modern age. Highly skilled, can shoot it, can take it off the bounce, and are exceptional passers. Boy, this is fun to watch.
Here's Watanabe. Hernangomez covering. Watanabe passes to Morris. His three-pointers off the mark. And it's Porter with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Here's Flynn. It's tipped, and they'll get another chance. From downtown, it's hauled in by Watanabe.
Boy, a forgettable night for him, but thankfully his teammates have played well overall.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Brooklyn ball. At the line for the Nets, Patrick.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.